Scott. It's really great to see you. This is Scott Clack here. And how long have you been in practice?
I have been in practice for 19 years.
My God, that's amazing.
Yep.
So you graduated from?
Bastyr University in 1997.
Fantastic. That's great. And you're practicing where now?
In Oakville.
In Oakville. Great. Excellent. So, we all work with the naturopathic principles. What would you say you focus on in terms of the naturopathic principles in practice?
Well, I think the key one is still treat the cause. And these days it's so complex getting down to and finding out what the real cause is in a patient. It's easy to start out thinking that food sensitivities can be a problem, or that they're just not detoxifying. But fortunately, we are learning through science as well as shared knowledge amongst other naturopaths. The environment, lifestyle, you have to cover it all. You have to know how to cover it all in order to deal with the tougher cases, the tougher patients.
Right.
Yep.
So tell me, you practice NATE. Do you want to explain that to some people? Because I think not too many naturopathic doctors are that familiar with it.
Well, NATE it would be a very interesting treatment for a lot of naturopathic doctors to learn because it combines traditional Chinese medicine principles. It is really a treatment that is considered a rebalancing treatment, working energetically with the patient to help them rebalance. So sometimes I call it my approach to acupuncture or my approach to TCM in my practice because I don't do a lot of acupuncture. But with NATE, I'm using the philosophies and the principles of TCM as part of combining it with muscle testing techniques, but working on the bladder meridian to when you are treating, you're doing essentially acupressure on the bladder meridian on the points, and while they're holding on to the allergen, what it is doing is energetically reprogramming the tolerance to that allergen. And so when you're working through the meridian or the bladder points, you're sending impulses into both the nervous system and the end organs as part of that rebalancing process.
Excellent. So just NATE stands for
Nambudrapad's Allergy Elimination Technique.
Excellent. Okay. NAET, just for people who really aren't familiar.
Right.
So you found you've gotten some results in terms of eliminating or at least controlling food sensitivities?
A lot of my patients are able to go back eating foods that they can tell bother them or that they learn bother them. For me, it's a wonderful treatment for eczema. Working with kids where they don't want to do dietary changes, just getting them to stop eating dairy and stop eating meat is hard with kids in modern times. And there's, there's a long discussion that can be had about, well, they should be avoiding those foods anyways, regardless of whether you can give them tolerance back. We're not going to get into that. There's a little bit of the reality of practice. But if I can teach the body to tolerate it again better, it's better than not doing anything.
Excellent. So, what would you have any clinical pearls to share with, especially young NDs?
Well, I think the big thing is learn how to understand your patient. I get impressions where it takes time and probably talking to a lot of experienced practitioners on understanding, learning how to get to know your patients through case taking. That's really important. Having your hands on your patients, finding something in your practice that allows you to have contact with them is really important. It establishes you in a different way. It makes sure that you're not just doing the same thing as the health food store around the corner could potentially do for them. And we're certainly a lot smarter than the health food store around the corner. So you have to find those different ways of connecting and, in a way, bonding your patient, but also building their confidence because they don't understand this. And I think the other thing is for young practitioners is if you think you understand what detoxification and cleansing is, the majority of the young docs I'm working with or the preceptors that I see don't know. don't
Right.
know anything about it.
Wow.
And it is something that kind of has been lost along the way. So
Yeah.
maybe, pick on us as elders to get some of that knowledge.
Right. Excellent. So you're saying touch is an important aspect of the healing connection?
Definitely.
And too.
Yeah. I mean,
Excellent.
we are holistic practitioners. We believe
Right.
in body, mind, spirit. And yeah, if you don't touch, if you don't connect,
Yeah.
you really haven't gotten that endorsement through with your patient to do what you've asked them to do.
Right. So any surprises, anything that was kind of, wow, something you weren't expecting in your practice, or an aha moment?
I think the biggest thing is this is a profession that you're always learning.
Right.
You cannot just rest on your laurels after you finish your courses, you pass your exams. You have to go back, you have to keep learning because our medicine is evolving. We
Right.
are learning things in a modern way that, what we know today is going to be built on again in another 10 years. So keep learning, keep in a way diversifying and looking to different ideas.
Right.
Because there's a lot to come.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Scott. Great to see you. Take care.